Have you found yourself waking up in the middle of the night, needing to make that trip to the bathroom? Perhaps multiple times. It's a common experience for many of us over 60, isn't it? That disruptive journey from a warm bed to the cold tiles, only to struggle back to sleep. Sometimes leaving you feeling more tired in the morning than when you went to bed. It's not just a minor inconvenience. This constant interruption can profoundly affect your sleep quality, your energy levels, and even your overall mood the next day. It can feel like a silent thief, stealing your restful nights and leaving you feeling drained and frustrated. The truth is, while we often blame age or simply a weak bladder, there's a surprising secret many aren't aware of. Your prostate, that little gland so important to men's health, is significantly influenced by specific habits you might be doing every single evening, almost without thinking. These aren't complicated medical procedures or expensive treatments. They're simple, everyday actions that can either help or hinder your prostate's ability to let you sleep through the night. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 often overlooked night habits that could be silently contributing to those frequent nighttime bathroom visits. And more importantly, what simple adjustments you can make to reclaim your peaceful sleep and support your prostate health. Believe me, these insights are practical, easy to adopt, and can make a world of difference. Watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you, something many people miss entirely. Let's dive straight into the first habit that might be causing you to wake up more often than you'd like: how much you're drinking and what you're drinking in the hours leading up to bedtime. It seems obvious, doesn't it? Drink less before bed, and you'll pee less. But it's a bit more nuanced than that. Many of us have developed a habit of sipping water throughout the evening, perhaps out of a good intention to stay hydrated, or maybe just out of routine. However, as we get older, our kidneys don't always process fluids as quickly as they used to, and our bladders can become a little less stretchy, meaning they can't hold as much urine for as long. So, if you're downing a large glass of water, or even a couple of cups of herbal tea, an hour or two before you plan to hit the hay, you're essentially setting yourself up for a wake-up call. It's not just the volume that matters, but also the type of fluid. Think about those seemingly innocent cups of tea or coffee. Even if they're decaf, caffeine, even in smaller amounts in decaffeinated drinks, can act as a diuretic, meaning it encourages your body to produce more urine. And some herbal teas, while relaxing, can also have a diuretic effect. The same goes for fizzy drinks or sugary beverages. They can irritate the bladder lining, creating a greater sense of urgency. The simple actionable step here is to front-load your hydration earlier in the day. Make sure you're getting most of your water intake before 6 or 7 p.m. If you find yourself thirsty in the evening, try just small sips rather than large gulps. Imagine your bladder as a storage tank that fills up throughout the day. If you keep topping it off just before closing time, it's going to overflow sooner. Instead, ensure that your main hydration efforts are focused on the morning and early afternoon. For example, if you aim for 8 glasses of water a day, try to drink 5 or 6 of those before dinner, and then just smallest sips after that if you really need them. Some people find it helpful to set a reminder on their phone to drink water every hour or so during the first half of the day, ensuring they're well hydrated without overwhelming their system closer to bedtime. This adjustment can feel a bit odd at first, especially if you're used to having a comforting evening cuppa. But many people report a significant reduction in nighttime bathroom trips within just a few days of making this small, but impactful change. It's about timing and mindful consumption, giving your body ample opportunity to process fluids before you settle down for the night, allowing your prostate and bladder to relax, rather than constantly being put to work. Building on that idea of what you're putting into your body in the evening, let's talk about the second critical night habit: alcohol consumption. Now, a glass of wine or a beer in the evening might feel like a relaxing way to wind down after a long day. And for many, it's a cherished ritual. However, when it comes to your prostate and uninterrupted sleep, alcohol is a bit of a double-edged sword. Firstly, like caffeine, alcohol is a potent diuretic. It suppresses the release of a hormone called anti-diuretic hormone, ADH, which normally tells your kidneys to conserve water. When ADH is suppressed, your kidneys go into overdrive, producing more urine than usual. This means that even a single alcoholic drink can significantly increase your urge to urinate. And if you're having more than one, the effect is even more pronounced. This isn't just about the volume of liquid. It's about how your body processes it. Secondly, alcohol can irritate the bladder and prostate directly. It's known to inflame the bladder lining, leading to a heightened sense of urgency and frequency, even with less urine in the bladder. For men, this irritation can be particularly bothersome for the prostate, which sits right below the bladder. Imagine an already sensitive area being constantly agitated. It's no wonder it cries out for attention in the middle of the night. Thirdly, and this is crucial, alcohol significantly disrupts your sleep quality. While it might initially make you feel drowsy and help you fall asleep faster, it fragments your sleep architecture, pulling you out of the deeper, more restorative stages of sleep. When you're in a lighter sleep stage, you're much more likely to be woken by the natural signals from your bladder, even if the urge isn't particularly strong. If you were in a deep, peaceful sleep, you might simply sleep through a moderate bladder signal. But with alcohol-induced light sleep, every little signal becomes a wake-up call. The actionable step here is to consider cutting back on evening alcohol, or at the very least, establishing a firm cutoff time. For instance, try to finish any alcoholic beverages at least 3 to 4 hours before you plan to go to bed. This gives your body time to process the alcohol and its diuretic effects before you settle down. Instead of alcohol, consider a calming, non-diuretic alternative like a warm glass of milk, a mug of chamomile tea checking it's not diuretic for you, or simply some plain water earlier in the evening. It's about conscious choices that prioritize your body's natural rhythm over a temporary sense of relaxation that ultimately works against your prostate and your sleep. Many people find that once they break the evening alcohol habit, they're surprised not just by how much less they wake up to urinate, but also by how much more refreshed and energetic they feel in the morning, having experienced truly restorative sleep. It's a powerful change for your prostate and your overall well-being. Nandaliers 1D. Moving on from fluids and drinks, our third significant night habit to consider is what and how much. You're eating late in the evening. Just as certain liquids can irritate your bladder and prostate, so too can certain foods, especially when consumed close to bedtime. Think about that late-night curry, or a large, cheesy pizza, or even seemingly innocent dishes loaded with tomatoes or citrus fruits. Spicy foods, for example, contain compounds that can act as irritants to the bladder lining. When these compounds pass through your system and into your urine, they can trigger a heightened sense of urgency and discomfort, prompting those nighttime trips to the bathroom. Similarly, highly acidic foods like citrus fruits, oranges, grapefruits, lemons, or even large servings of tomatoes, found in many pasta sauces and pizzas, can also irritate a sensitive bladder. It's not just the type of food, but also the sheer volume. A large, heavy meal consumed late in the evening puts your digestive system into overdrive when it should be winding down. This can lead to increased metabolic activity, more fluid processing, and ultimately, a greater need to urinate during the night. Your body is simply too busy breaking down food to properly settle into a restful state where the bladder can remain calm. The actionable step here is to establish an eating curfew. Aim to have your last substantial meal at least 3 hours before you plan to go to bed. This gives your digestive system ample time to process the food and for your kidneys to filter out any excess fluids or irritants before you lie down. If you absolutely must have a snack, choose something light and bland, like a small piece of plain toast, a few crackers, or a small banana. Avoid anything spicy, acidic, fatty, or overly sugary. Imagine your body like a factory. You wouldn't keep the heavy machinery running at full tilt right up until closing time if you wanted a smooth, quiet shutdown. Give your internal systems the chance to power down gently. Many people find that once they adjust their dinner timing and food choices, they not only experience fewer nighttime bathroom trips but also better digestion, less heartburn, and a more comfortable sleep overall. It's a holistic benefit that extends far beyond just prostate health. Our fourth crucial night habit revolves around your physical activity, or rather, your lack of it, particularly during the late afternoon and evening. This might seem a little less obvious, but it's a significant contributor to nighttime urination for many men over 60. Think about your day. If you spend a lot of time sitting, perhaps at a desk, or even just relaxing on the sofa, or if you're on your feet for extended periods without much movement, fluid can tend to accumulate in your legs and ankles. This is often exacerbated by gravity throughout the day. When you finally lie down in bed at night, gravity is no longer pulling that fluid downwards. Instead, it gets reabsorbed into your bloodstream and then rapidly processed by your kidneys. This sudden influx of fluid being sent to your kidneys, particularly when you're horizontal, can lead to a significant increase in urine production precisely when you're trying to sleep soundly. This phenomenon is known as nocturnal polyuria, and it's surprisingly common. The actionable step here involves two parts. Firstly, incorporate regular, gentle movement throughout your day. This doesn't mean hitting the gym for an intense workout before bed, which could actually keep you awake. Instead, think about short, brisk walks during the day, even just 10-15 minutes a couple of times. Simply getting up and moving around every hour or so if you have a sedentary job or lifestyle can make a big difference. Walking encourages better circulation and helps your body manage fluid distribution more effectively, preventing it from pooling in your lower extremities. Secondly, consider elevating your legs for about an hour or two in the late afternoon or early evening. This could be as simple as lying on a sofa with your feet propped up on a pillow or footrest, higher than your heart. This gentle elevation helps to encourage any accumulated fluid in your legs to return to your circulation earlier in the day, giving your kidneys a chance to process it and excrete it before you go to bed. Rather than while you're trying to sleep, imagine it like draining a pool gradually before a storm, rather than letting it overflow. This habit alone can dramatically reduce the amount of urine your body produces during the night, giving your prostate and bladder a well-deserved break and allowing you to enjoy more uninterrupted sleep. It's a simple, passive step that works with your body's natural processes to improve your nocturnal comfort and prostate health. Finally, the fifth night habit that often gets overlooked, yet can significantly impact your prostate's nocturnal behavior, is the quality of your sleep environment and your overall sleep hygiene. You might be thinking, what does sleep quality have to do with my prostate? Well, it's less about a direct physical irritation to the prostate and more about how your body perceives and reacts to the signals from your bladder. When you are in a deep, restorative sleep cycle, your brain is less responsive to mild stimuli, including the subtle urge to urinate. Your body's natural mechanisms for holding urine are at their peak. However, if your sleep is consistently light, fragmented, or disturbed, perhaps by external noises, an uncomfortable bed, or even too much light in the room, you spend less time in those crucial deep sleep stages. When you're in a lighter sleep, your brain is far more attuned to any internal signals. Even a relatively small amount of urine in your bladder can be enough to pull you out of sleep, leading to those frustrating, frequent trips to the bathroom. It's not necessarily that your prostate is producing more urine. It's that your brain is more sensitive to it because it's not getting truly restful sleep. This can create a vicious cycle. Poor sleep leads to more wake-ups, and more wake-ups lead to even poorer sleep. The actionable step here is to meticulously optimize your sleep environment and bedtime routine. Start by ensuring your bedroom is as dark, quiet, and cool as possible. Blackout curtains can work wonders, as can earplugs or a white noise machine if your surroundings are noisy. Check your mattress and pillows. Are they still providing adequate support? A comfortable sleep surface can make a huge difference. Furthermore, establish a consistent pre-bedtime routine that signals to your body it's time to wind down. This could include a warm bath, reading a book not on a bright screen, gentle stretching, or listening to calming music. Avoid blue light from screens, phones, tablets, computers, and even some TVs for at least an hour. Ideally, too, before bed, as this light suppresses melatonin, the sleep hormone. Lastly, manage stress during the day. Chronic stress can keep your body in a state of high alert, making it harder to achieve deep sleep and increasing overall muscle tension, which can include the muscles around the bladder. Simple relaxation techniques like deep breathing or gentle meditation before bed can significantly improve sleep quality. When you achieve truly deep, uninterrupted sleep, your bladder and prostate have a much better chance of letting you rest peacefully through the night. This often overlooked connection between overall sleep health and nocturnal urination is the surprising secret I mentioned at the beginning, highlighting that sometimes the solution to prostate discomfort at night isn't just about the prostate itself, but about the holistic environment we create for our bodies to rest and repair. So, we've covered 5 simple, yet incredibly powerful, night habits that, when adjusted, can make a monumental difference to your prostate health and, critically, to the quality of your sleep. We talked about being mindful of your fluid intake, especially diuretics like tea and coffee. In the hours leading up to bedtime, front-loading your hydration earlier in the day, we explored the often underestimated impact of evening alcohol consumption, not just as a diuretic, but as a major disruptor of deep, restorative sleep. Then we delved into the importance of your late-night eating habits, avoiding large, heavy, spicy, or acidic meals that can irritate your bladder and keep your digestive system working overtime. We also discussed how being too sedentary in the evenings or not elevating your legs can lead to fluid retention that gets reabsorbed and processed at night, urging you to the bathroom. And finally, we uncovered the surprising connection between your overall sleep environment and the quality of your rest, revealing how a peaceful, dark, and cool bedroom, coupled with a calming bedtime routine, allows your body to enter deep sleep, making it less sensitive to bladder signals. Remember, these aren't complex medical interventions. They are simple, actionable adjustments to your daily routine, little tweaks that can lead to big improvements. You might not see results overnight, but consistently applying these principles can bring about a noticeable, positive change in your nocturnal comfort and your energy levels the following day. It's about listening to your body and making conscious choices that support its natural rhythms as you age. Every small step you take towards these healthier habits is a victory, a step towards more restful nights and more vibrant days. We genuinely hope these insights empower you to take control of your nights. Have you tried any of these habits? Or do you have other tips that have worked for you? We'd love to hear your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. Your wisdom can help others in our community. If you found this video helpful and believe it can make a difference for someone you know, please give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend or family member. And if you want more practical, encouraging advice on living your best life at every age, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thank you for spending this time with us. Here's to many more nights of uninterrupted sleep and waking up feeling truly refreshed. Live your best life at every age.